It's talking about this virus coming on in and all this good old shit we were seeing he was doing. You know what I mean? So now when we look at that whole thing, you know what I'm saying, that virus coming. So who all was involved in how did only certain countries seem to be before is the question. So we know who and why it came when they said, you know what I'm saying, when they said it did rush in New York all over and put into play at the same time is what we have to understand. The synchronization of the same time. You know what I'm saying? But said it was, as we hear, saying it was, already here. It was already here. So, if this is such a deadly virus, you know what I'm saying? Then when did it hit the nursing homes and the hospitals? And why did it hit the nursing home and the hospitals first of all? Nowhere else in New York or nowhere else in many of the other states. Why did it hit only the nursing home? Let's think about this, people. And the hospitals first, to where people were dying in there. And when it came to explaining it, it was already too late for those people. When was they going to tell us? So how long he was hiding it. Then they tried to play as if this whole rule about she didn't want to give up the documents and shit because, she was scared of this. She's lying. She was holding them documents back because she knew full well what they had already planned as a Luciferian group and what they were supposed to do. So of course they're gonna say she held back the documents because of some kind of giga gaga gaga. And she was scared of investigations and all of this and that. You know what I'm saying? But the question is, when were they going to ring the alarm? You know what I'm saying? But that did happen. That didn't happen until the ship scene. So the ship scene was first. You see, to make you think that it was coming from somewhere else. We understand that now. So it didn't come and happen until the ship scene, but the ship scene seemed to have been the first shakaraka, and then the hospital and the nursing home. Mm-hmm. Then, you know what I'm saying, that grew when we look at it. Now, when it begun to catch, when Como began to catch pressure, then he said it was already here. It was already here. So we see the game in which it was played. You know what I'm saying? Long after we was in the mix. You see? Now, once the pressure hit him and we already in the mix, he done fooled the people off, he done pulled the bodies out, he done showed you all this shit. Now, he said, once the pressure came down and he had to come up with some kind of answer, the only thing he could have come up and say, what any crook would have said, and any con artist or anybody would have said, was it was already here. You know what I'm saying? Long after, we already would be in the mix. We was already in restrictions and so on. You know, to accept this is to say it came from somewhere else, but that's impossible because if you look at the science of it and the statistic of it, because Anthony Fauci is the only science in the world, and just because you have a PhD and a PhD and a PhD and you went to college and you went 4 years or this and 4 years, don't make you more brighter than the average man on the street who have been studying just as long as you. You just went to the paganite school. Let's get that straight right here and right now. You know what I'm saying? So it comes with, and we were already in restrictions. You know what I'm saying? And accepted this saying. You know what I mean? It came from somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? We accepted that lie. You know what I'm saying? While they pushed on, you know what I'm saying? To this point, you know what I'm saying? To this point, too many things happen all at the same time. So we got to look at that whole science and do your own research. Now, the reason why we're saying that, because it'll take you back to the beginning, give you a clear vision, a clear look to see the game that was played, so you can now read the roadmap as to where you are now. You know what I'm saying? That's scientific understanding and research. You know what I'm saying? It led to too many things at the same time. So let's be 100. The riots in the streets and so on. You know what I'm saying? And the demand of treatment being pushed as to everyone by Biden. Now, in a situation like that, why would everyone need to do this as a precaution based on what he is saying? This is not misinformation, it's just saying that's where you try to take us. And you made us try to get there by using this trickery of a pandemic and a virus. But you was able to somehow fool off many people, because when you look at the statistic, many people were forced to get it, many people volunteered and got it, and you still have a bunch of people saying, and maybe like a 59 to 49% rate, say they think it's right that everybody should do it. Yeah, because you did it. You know what I'm saying? Stop being somebody's jackass. You know what I mean? I'm just being 100. You know what I mean? So even when you look at it, the riots in the streets and so on, and the demand of treatment being pushed on everyone by the Biden administration and the demon Democrats, Luciferian deep state group. You know what I'm saying? Wonder how many Republicans is involved. Let's keep an eye on that. Make sure they're doing their job. You know what I'm saying? Because they need to get with that business thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what they on. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But we have to look at the fire on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So when we look at the demon Democrats, you know what I'm saying, we see the bull. And even within the medical field show, as we see. Many of the Republicans are even asking the CDC and the FDA many questions and not receiving any answers. So even in the process of this whole thing, we still see a flaw and a scheme in the game. A scheme, but now we see the fact and point blank. Now we see how the the New York governor, who's the new governor now, signing legislations on the SNAP program, which is just another feather for her cap. You know what I'm saying? To save restaurants, like restaurants is the only people that need to be saved. You know what I'm saying? Every good deed you will see coming from the demon Democrats here and there. They know how to throw out a bone, you know what I'm saying, to get a dog. You know what I'm saying? So you keep on playing with them. They know how to throw out another bone to make the dog feel good. You know what I'm saying? They know how to throw out another bone to make the dog feel real. And meanwhile, you're still staying with the dog. So let's get that straight right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? If they don't get it straight, we know where they're going with this. All this massive confusion, food shortages, gas shortage. This is all playing from what they did stemming from coronavirus trickery garbage game. But people are choosing not to look at it that way. But that's on you. Ain't nothing we can do about that. And who gives a shit who's spying, listening, or taping underneath the floor? Because I'm on YouTube, I guess, and you know where I'm at. So don't hide as if you're stupid. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Every good deed, you will see them, you know what I'm saying, throwing out. This should have been a long time ago. But now they want, you know what I'm saying, now they want to patch it up. You know what I'm saying? Now they want to patch it up. It's okay. Now, we'll need. Now, well, I should say, she needs to do the same for vitamins and medicines as well. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That is a fact that would make it easier for many who can't afford it, especially on a fixed income. That's point blank. Let's be 100. We need that while you gain ground in trying to convince everybody that you are so loving for them. You know what I'm saying? Same kind of measure and bring the mandates down. Now, she could do that, and that'd be a big help. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? While you gain ground and do all the goodies, it goes the same for the kind of measures. And we need you to bring the mandates down. She signed into order so people who lost their jobs, you know what I'm saying, can get their fucking job back and get back to work. While she is at it, you know what I'm saying, restaurants, like I said, ain't the only one need help out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact and point blank. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? While she up there running her garbage mode. You know what I'm saying? Now we see the heat in Italy. You hear me down there? Somebody down in the walls and shit. Yeah, I mean, boy, black be rocking them, baby. You know what I'm saying? But let's check something.